Ever heard of a sequel to Treasure Island set in the 1950s? Probably not, and that's what makes it so interesting. Today, let's talk about a forgotten adventure film from 1954 called Return to Treasure Island. It's a curious little gem that tried something bold. What if Robert Louis Stevenson's classic novel wasn't just a story, but real history? The premise is fantastic. It's the 1950s, and we follow Janesina, Jamie Hawkins, a direct descendant of the one and only Jim Hawkins. She inherits a map to the legendary island and decides to go looking for the treasure her ancestor left behind. She's joined by a charming, clean-cut adventurer played by teen heartthrob Tab Hunter. Together, they face off against modern-day treasure hunters, tropical dangers, and the long shadow of Long John Silver. The movie treats the original book like a historical document, creating this fun, meta-narrative long before that was a popular trend. It's a brisk 75-minute adventure, shot in vibrant Technicolor, and it feels like a time capsule of 1950s optimism. The film's biggest strength is its modern framing. Instead of another pirate story, it's more of a treasure hunt travelogue. Tab Hunter's narration gives it this wholesome, almost Boy Scout adventure feel. He's not a gritty swashbuckler. He's the kind of guy you'd see in a travel magazine, exploring exotic locales. This makes the film a fascinating bridge between old-school pirate tales and the new 1950s fascination with world travel and adventure. One of the most refreshing parts of the movie is our hero Jamie Hawkins, played by Dawn Addams. A female lead in a treasure hunting movie from this era was pretty rare. While the script doesn't give her as much depth as we'd expect today, her presence alone is a big deal. She's the heir to a classic literary hero, and she leads the expedition. It's a quiet but significant shift, hinting at the changing roles for women in adventure cinema. Of course, the film isn't perfect. It has a bit of an identity crisis, bouncing between being a serious adventure and a light family romp. The character development is pretty thin, which was common for adventure films back then. You can also tell the budget was tight. The mysterious tropical island sometimes looks more like a studio backlot. And for die-hard fans of Stevenson's novel, the idea of it being real history might feel a little gimmicky. It's no surprise that contemporary reviews were mixed. And it currently holds a pretty low rating on IMDb. It never quite became a classic. So why are we talking about it? Because even though Return to Treasure Island is a bit of a forgotten footnote, it's a fascinating piece of film history. It was basically a legacy sequel decades before Hollywood made that $1 billion formula. It shows how classic stories can be reinterpreted for new generations. It's a perfect reflection of 1950s escapism audiences wanted color, travel, and lighthearted fun, and this movie delivered exactly that. More than that, this film teaches us some really cool lessons. First, legacies matter. It reminds us that stories don't just end. They echo through generations. We all inherit dreams and unfinished business from those who came before us. Second, adventure isn't always about escaping. Sometimes it's about returning to our roots. The characters find their adventure by revisiting the past, which is a powerful idea. It also shows how creative constraints can be a good thing. With a small budget, the filmmakers had to rely on imagination instead of huge spectacle. And finally, it's a lesson in nostalgia. The film tries to honor a classic while making it modern, a tricky balancing act that we still see in movies today. It reminds us that every story is a product of its time. Return to Treasure Island is pure 1950s, and that's what makes it so charming. It's a film that may have missed the mark on becoming a timeless classic, but it's still full of lessons worth keeping. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy digging up forgotten films and exploring their hidden stories, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into cinematic history. See you next time.